has an 8-month pregnant wife.
Why not?
Because I'm not sure she felt so good about that, and because, well, I'm not going to fight his case for him. I'm actually on his side here. My concern was just how he got pillared, and how the media can use, for ratings, can use all of our sexual shame to project it onto one person and say, wow, that's the bad person. That's the person who's, putting their penis online, as if there weren't 10 million penises online, And then that person looks in the mirror and I worried about this guy wanting to kill himself. It's like he lost his job, he lost his career, and I know as an addiction person, he probably looked in the mirror and said, I'm not even sure why I did post those pictures, because he's not understanding the deeper issues for himself. But as a culture, we pillared him, and I think it made everyone feel better, but I don't really think that's the solution.
Thank you. All right, well, this next question is for Dan Ulio. You've been working with people who are fighting their online addictions, and I guess I'm wondering, how can we use technology to positively impact and protect people from dangerous addictive online behavior?
The online addiction is a fairly new kind of problem in the world. Addiction's been around forever, but with the advent of high bandwidth and mobile devices, all of a sudden it's a much more accessible thing. And my business is only 3 years in, and it's kind of been growing steadily because of that. So the good news is that as much as the technology is facilitating bad habits, it's also providing amazing solutions. And this is very characteristic of the computer space. Computers were born closely followed by viruses, unless of course you're a Mac user, but and then the viruses were closely followed by fantastic antiviruses. Email came about, spam was the bad part, but now we have anti-spam, and we're kind of, at least we're seeing the same thing with online addiction. So thankfully today, big security companies like McAfee and NetNanny and CyberSit and all these guys are taking this problem very seriously. They're viewing this as a real issue in the world today. It's not like a whimsical problem anymore. This is a real problem, and it's affecting real people. And so they're dedicating a lot more resources to dealing with it, and we're seeing some fantastic products that are coming out that are providing solutions for these people, and what we do is help implement them. We try and pick the best of what's available to assist people, and for everyone it's a different solution. But there is certainly a light at the end of the tunnel, and we are seeing that the technology is facilitating, I guess you could say, people, repair. People are able to deal with their problem, and we're seeing results, positive results. And it's very good, and we just hope that, for those people who have a problem with online addiction, there is solutions that will help them win the war. It's not for everyone. Some people are quite happy, to entertain themselves, and that's fine. But we're helping those who have a problem with it, and there are definitely some great things out there that are doing that.
Terrific. Well, I'd like to open this next question. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say something about when you said the future of dating and the internet. And I started thinking about it. I haven't joined all the online dating sites yet, but my girlfriends have. And they're going crazy on there. And it's become, they're definitely getting a lot more dates. So that's the good news. But the thing is, they're dating, and when there's a problem, they hop to the next person and hop to the next person. So it's just, they're still not hooking up. And you think about people that are supposed to be psychologically healthier in small towns. If you grow up and you stay in the same place, they have a few guys there that they're interested in, and you kind of have to make it work with one of them, and you kind of work through your issues. Mm-hmm. They don't have this huge pool to choose from, so you actually, work through stuff. And my girlfriends just don't do that. They go from Plenty of Fish to Match to this to that to the other. And I still don't see any relationships happening. So the good news is I've joined a gym. I'm actually getting off the internet, and we're all in there working out, and nobody's looking at each other. I feel like it's all of us who have been on the internet all this time, and we're all now trying to hook up, and we don't know how to do it. I'm trying.
You bring up a really interesting point, I think, because I'm not necessarily certain that the amount of pornography that kids have available to them is going to destroy the generation, but I do think that there are going to be more people with social challenges, because back in the day, if I wanted to have sex, I had to actually meet someone and talk to them and negotiate the relationship and figure out what rejection was, and was this too close or was this too far away, or so all of that skill set about dating and building intimacy and relationships that might build towards sexuality are skills that I'm concerned that younger people really may not be learning because they can hook up like that. So I think those are where the area in which you're going to see the problem is more intimacy building, relationship building, than actually just looking at porn.
Yeah, real quickly, we were talking about this earlier. Match's tagline is, "It's okay to look," right? It's like these are people's lives. It's okay to window shop with somebody's feelings and emotions, and I mean, so even they are advertising their company as it's okay to just you don't have to make a real commitment, you don't have to work things out, you don't have to talk out an issue. You can just look at somebody else and find something else. So it creates definitely a lot of intimacy communication issues that are going to be hurtful in the future, I think.
But I think that there have also been always people who have been really bad at relationships, going back, going way back. For me, because I have my issues with love and intimacy, and if I'd had to be in love to lose my virginity, I would still be a virgin. I would have been a virgin at 40. So I think each person comes to it differently. Some people come to their bodies through emotions. I don't want to have sex with you unless I'm in love. And other people like me, I come to my emotions through my body. I don't know if I want to fall in love with you unless I know how our bodies mesh. So it's really important to make sure that I meet other people like me and not cross. People have always had difficulty with relationships. How many people in high school just could not get a date, male or female, and they were bad in relationships, they were bad in conversation, they didn't know how to talk to anybody. I don't know if it's worse today, but I don't think it's a new problem of difficulty having person-to-person relationships.
The flip side of that, to play devil's advocate, well, not necessarily what Nina's saying, but what Robert Weiss was saying is in some ways it allowing people that are maybe uncomfortable with certain aspects of themselves and initiating conversation to have an opportunity they didn't have. So, and then we, in some ways,